shortly. In this small video, we will only talk about the 4 assessment criteria of IELTS. Later on, in the next video, we will talk about a sample of 9 band essay analysis. Okay, so Bonero, stay tuned. And in this first video, so we'll start with the 4 assessment criteria. The first assessment criteria, as we all know, we can see on the website of IDP and PEC, is task response. The second thing is lexical resources, and the third criteria is coherence cohesion, and the fourth one is grammatical range and accuracy. Firstly, I will describe all these 4 criteria of IELTS writing task 2. Later on, we'll talk about the sample of an essay. Okay, so if we talk about the task response first, the task response, as we know, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੇ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ, whenever you write an essay, so ਉਸ ਐਸੇ ਤੇ ਲਿਖਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜੋ given statement ਹੈ, the statement which is given, ਉਹਦੇ ਨੀਚੇ ਜੋ ਲਾਈਨ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਇੱਕ instructions ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, so that can be of 4 or 5 types. ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ type ਹੈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਨੇ ਸੀ discuss the view that is given above and give your opinion, so that becomes a discussion essay. So the different kind of thing is instruction line ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਕਿ do you agree or disagree with the given view, give your opinion. So simply then ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ, agree and disagree ਹੋਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਉਸ essay ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ, ਉਸ topic ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ, ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਦੂਸਰੇ type of topic ਨੇ ਜੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ what are the causes and what are the solutions of this essay. Then we have to just give the causes and the solutions for the given statements. So always एक चीज़ जो सानू नोट करने वाली है कि आम ऐसे और IELTS ऐसे दे विच की डिफरेंस हुंदा है. सो इफ वी टॉक अबाउट दैट, आम ऐसे एक टाइटल बेस्ड ऐसे हो सकता है जिदे विच सानू ऐसे गिवन हुंदा है कि एजुकेशन, दे जस्ट गिव एन एजुकेशन वर्ड और वो टाइटल दे उत्ते सानू कह दिंदे है कि राइट एन ऐसे ऑन दिस. सो इस असी अपने इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम दे विच अपने स्कूल और कॉलेज दे विच असी जरूर इदां दा ऐसे लिखिया होएगा, राइट एन ऐसे ऑन द एजुकेशन, write an essay on poverty or something like this. Okay, so but in IELTS they just give a proper statement. Or statement ki hunda hai, statement can be about the view of the people. Like so hamesha IELTS ऐसे start hunda hai, hamesha nahi, normally most of the topics will start like some people think that this and this and this, है ना. So this is the view of some people. So that becomes the very first part of IELTS question, that is the view of people, their perception or thinking about anything. जो topic कुछ भी हो सकता है, about ongoing situation of the world, about women empowerment, about employees concerns, about students, about children, about any kind of what we can say, any kind of a societal information can be given in the very prior or very first part of the IELTS question. Later on, if we talk about the second part of the question, in the second part of the question, which is I'm just telling it, I'm just calling it instructions of the instructions of the topic. So in the instructions de vich jo main tanu keh raha ki whether we have to discuss the given statement or we have to give our own opinion, or we have to be agree or disagree with the view which is given, which is thought by some people. So वो चीज़ जो है उस statement दे नाल deal कितना करना है, so that will be told us in the second part of the question of the answer. So IELTS the question दे असी सीखा कि 2 part होंदे हैं. The first part जो होंदा है वो just एक information होंदा है, और दूसरा पार्ट जो होंदा है वो जस्ट इंस्ट्रक्शंस होंदा है कि उस इंफॉर्मेशन दे नाल डील किस तरीके नाल तुसी करना है. सो असी गल कर रहे सी कि 4 असेसमेंट क्राइटेरिया दी. द फर्स्ट क्राइटेरिया इज टास्क रिस्पॉन्स. टास्क रिस्पॉन्स परफेक्ट कदों होएगा जदों टास्क रिस्पॉन्स का मतलब है तुसी आंसरिंग करनी है कुछ. सो सिंपली द स्टेटमेंट विच इज गिवन, सपोज द स्टेटमेंट, असी एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल ले लेने. The statement is given about school students, that the statement is saying that some people think that school education should be free for all. एक छोटा सा statement है जिहदे विच कुछ लोग सोच रहे ने कि स्कूल दी एजुकेशन फ्री होनी चाहिए. So simply below that the instructions are telling us that do you agree or disagree with this view. So simply जो normal candidate है, he will go with the flow as education बोला, so simply he will start writing anything about the education. So जो कि गलत हो जाएगा on the basis of task response. Task response the error कदों आएगा अगर बच्चा लिख देगा candidate will write that education should be free. ओके सो एजुकेशन शुड बी फ्री इस लाइन जिथे भी लिखी है किसी भी पैराग्राफ च लिखी है किते भी लिखी है अगर तुसी ओनली यू कंसर्न you write about the education word, so it will be off track or it will lag on the basis of the task response. Okay, wait, correct kado hoega when this task response will be correct when you will write everything about the school education which has been asked from you. Okay, so education of the school should be free, not of the colleges. Okay, not of the universities, not of the institutions, not of the coaching centers. So only the education of the school is to be free for all. Okay, so that was our statement. मतलब जो ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਸੀ ਬਿਲकुल accurate ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਹੀ answer करना है. If you answering, if you're writing only about the concern or the topic which is given, ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ title based essay ਦੇ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. It becomes like the title based essay which is totally wrong on the basis of the task response, which is the very first parameter of your IELTS writing task 2. Okay, एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल और है टास्क 2 ਦੇ ਲਈ जो टास्क रिस्पॉन्स ਦੇ ਲਈ so which is if the topic is given about the traffic problems in big cities is increasing, so what are how you can deal with this problem. So simply this is the topic. So अगर ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ traffic problem ਦੇ ਨਾਲ pollution ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, so traffic increases the pollution, traffic ये है वो है blah blah blah, everything you write about the topic and your sentences are accurately correct, still you can lack the task response. Why? Because the task response was asked only for the big cities. If you miss the traffic in big cities, then you will lack on the basis of the task response. So मैनू लगता है कि तुम task response समझ आ गया होएगा उन तक. You can just pause here the video and listen again if you have any doubt, and you can also comment, you can send me the messages. So now we'll move to the next criteria, which is grammatical range and accuracy. So if you talk about the grammatical range and accuracy, so grammatical range and accuracy ki hunda hai? So basically there are two things, grammatical range and accuracy. So simply range means something in variety or some range, or the basically the what we can say the boundaries are being covered here. So grammatical range means grammar the variation or grammar variety of the sentences you have to use, like active voice, passive voice. So basically, and the longer sentences or complexity of the sentences, combined sentences you have to write. This is the very first thing in grammatical range accuracy, that is the range of your मतलब sentences. Simply अगर तुझे लिख दो population is increasing, full stop, population is increasing, this is the three word sentence. यदि कोई grammatical accuracy wrong नहीं है, this is the correct sentence, but IELTS will not take it as your IELTS for the good brand score, because it is lacking on the basis of the grammatical range. Listening or not? So simply the next thing is your accuracy of the grammar. So there were two things in this parameter, grammatical range and accuracy. So if you write wrong grammar on the basis of the what you can say the sentences are not up to the mark on the basis of the grammar, tenses, like it had to be written as is, but you have written are, so it is wrong on the basis of grammatical accuracy. If it had to be written as had and you have written has or have, it means it is wrong. अगर तुम has दी जगह have लिख देते हो तो grammatical accuracy गलत होती है, grammatical range नहीं. ग्रामेटिकल रेंज गलत होती है जो तुम छोटे जे सेंटेंस, सिंपल जे सेंटेंस, चाइल्डिश सेंटेंस लिख देते हो, बहुत बड़े सेंटेंस नहीं लिखते, कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस नहीं लिखते. that time you will lack on the basis of grammatical range. So simply these are two parameters we have discussed till now: task response and the grammatical range and accuracy simply. So we'll move to the third basic parameter, which is lexical resources. Lexical resources is nothing but it is about the vocabulary you have to use in your essay. So simply the vocabulary you have to use is about it's not about difficult or hard vocabulary, जो बहुत ही बड़ा myth बना है while writing an essay कि ऐसे सिर्फ hard words और difficult vocabulary ही use करनी है. So which is a wrong thing. We have to only use the suitable vocabulary. देखो lexis is a word, you will google it. Lexis का मतलब होता है शब्द, words. It never means hard words. Understanding or not? So lexis always means the words, never means the hard words. मतलब शब्द, only words, मुश्किल शब्द नहीं. So simply you have to write lexical resources. Resources means the typical resource for the typical sentence should be suitable. Specifically, the word which you are using for your sentence is to be used in that particular sentence, in that particular, with that particular noun or adverb, whatever it is. जो भी शब्द, जो भी word तुम use कर रहे हो उस sentence ਲਈ particularly suitable होना चाहिए. For example, we will take one small example that if you take a sentence, for example, that we are writing an essay and we are writing a sentence that there are two simply words which are synonym to each other, like but it cannot be always right. Synonyms can never always replace each other. So simply ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, Google ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, what are the synonyms of this word, and whatever is the hardest word having just confusing or longer spelling, so we'll pick that word and always use that word on the place of the word which we had searched. So जो गलत है, that is a wrong thing. You have to do what? तुसी की करना है suitable word ही लिखना है. I'll give you a small example that Ram eats food. Ram eats food. And if you will Google the eat word and will search on the Google, it will have plenty of synonyms. Okay. And there is another sentence that car consumes petrol. Ram eats food and car consumes petrol, and eat and consume both are synonym to each other. So if you will see that we cannot replace these both words, these both verbs. So simply we cannot say that car eats petrol and Ram consumes food. It will be wrong. Okay, so why? Because we have not followed the good lexical resources. Okay, the fourth and the last parameter is about your coherence and cohesion. What is a coherence and cohesion? There are two things again, coherence and cohesion. Coherence means both are having the similar meaning, but these are two different terms while writing an essay. Okay, so coherence will be correct if you are writing an essay and the paragraphing which is made by you is connected to each other. Okay, so the main concern of the topic should be mentioned in each and every paragraph of your essay. Then only you will have a good what we can say, a good coherence of your essay. Okay, so if you will write an essay like your first paragraph is talking about something and the next paragraph is talking about something different thing, and you are not mentioning the main topic, which was the traffic in big cities. Traffic in big cities having this problem. You have to mention in each paragraph. सानू हर एक paragraph के अंदर mention करना पड़ेगा. नहीं कर रहे हो तो की हो जाएगा? So साडा coherence build नहीं हो पाएगी. So there is a connection between the simple language, which connection between each and every paragraph. connection कितना आएगा? When you will mention the same thing, same topic, जदों से sample करेंगे, then better you will get to understand. Okay, so the next thing is your coherence. Coherence we have learned. The next thing is cohesion. Cohesion means this connection or bonding of each and every sentence. Paragraph, the connection जो है वो coherence है, और sentences का जो आपस विच connection है, जो bonding है, that will be your cohesion. Thank you very much. I hope that you have understood all the information about all these 4 parameters. That was a very basic information about your IELTS essay writing task 2. So we'll again meet in the sample essay analysis, in which we'll do the analysis of 9 band essay. So for that, stay tuned and thank you very much.